Alright, Linux Mint has just released a new flavor. It is Linux Mint 12, and let me tell you, this is a cool looking operating system for those of you with a fast computer, and we're going to check that out right now on Spatry's Cup of Linux. Okay, let's begin. Well, Linux Mint 12 KDE version has just released, and what caught me by surprise is this is actually using KDE 4.7.4 and not the new 4.8 that is out there. But I imagine once you install this, you can upgrade it if you wish. All in all, this is a very nice looking operating system, and I'll give you a quick tour through it. Okay, first, you will see that we have a lens here that gives you the option to install Linux Mint. Of course, you can add anything to your lens that you wish. A lot of people find this to be a really nice feature. Okay, you can add new activities from this panel here, or you can add them from this panel down here. Okay, also you have a nice looking calendar that you can access. And here you have a battery monitor, message indicator, and the Akondai tray. You also have access to Bluetooth devices or disk drives with this button, a volume control, the clipboard contents, and then of course any notifications that are awaiting your attention will be located here. Also in the filing cabinet here you get the Dolphin file manager, and I really like how this looks. I think it's really nice the way it is laid out. And then of course if you want to just hide all your open windows, you can press this button here and it will hide all of your desktop folders and items that you have open so you can see the desktop. Okay, now let's have a look at our menu here. We have a number of things. We have a number of shortcuts here of items that you may frequently use. We'll go into the applications folder here. You can also search for items that you may have installed just by typing them in here. In graphics, you get a number of things. You can acquire images, a DNG image converter, a document viewer, drawing program from LibreOffice, exposure blending. You get the GIMP, which is the most comprehensive graphics editor for Linux, an image viewer, panorama batch processor, GUI, panorama, a panorama stitcher. You get a photo management program, photo viewer and editor, screen capture program, and simple scan. Then in Internet, you get Thunderbird, Firefox, Blue Devil, BitTorrent client, Internet dial-up tool, and an IRC client. IRC is a great way to get answers to your questions and that sort of thing online. Okay, in multimedia, you get an audio player disc burner, the GNOME M player, my favorite one out of the bunch. You also get VLC media player, which is highly skinnable, the sound mixer KMix, and the YouTube client known as MiniTube. In Office, you get the LibreOffice suite. Probably my favorite Office suite that I've even used. I like it even better than Microsoft Office. And of course you get the Aquilar document viewer and a personal time tracker. In Settings, you get a backup tool, a domain blocker, the software manager for Linux Mint, software sources, the Sun Java system settings, the wonderful Mint Update Manager, my favorite update manager for all of the Ubuntu-based distributions. I like this one the best. You get the Upload Manager, a welcome screen, and surprisingly, the welcome screen did not come up for me when I started KDE. And then you get the Windows wireless drivers, should you need them for any wireless card. that we do not have a Linux driver for yet. Okay, and then in system additional drivers backup tool, you get K3B, which is one of the best disk burners out there, a domain blocker, the Dolphin file manager that I just demonstrated at the info center. You also get Nepomuk backup, the GW package installer, probably my favorite package installer for Ubuntu-based distributions, the Synaptic package manager, the K partition manager, root terminal, screen resize and rotate, startup disk creator, system log viewer, system monitor, the console terminal, wallet management tool, and looks like we've got some repeats here. Interesting. In utilities, the advanced text editor called Kate, the Akandai tray utility that I showed earlier, the ARC archiving tool, clipboard tool, clipper, desktop widgets, an encryption tool, personal time tracker, pop-up notes, scientific calculator, a touchpad management, and a virtual keyboard. Okay, and then moving right along, I'm going to save the computer part for last, but Leave gives you options for logging out, switching users, sleep, restart, shutdown. It keeps track of all of your recently used programs right here. And then here in computer, you have a bunch of really nice options here. You can quickly access your software manager, your system settings, the Synaptic package manager, your console. You can even run a special command if you wish to. Home, network, and root. Okay, now I'd like to give you a brief tour of the system settings, because that's the one thing I really like about KDE, is the fact that it has everything that you need all in one place that you can go and make changes, and KDE is highly customizable and it is so easy to do. Okay. And there are a number of things that you can do with this. You can change the appearance of your applications. You can go into account details and look at this. I mean, it gives you a pop-up and tells you all the little things that you can do in here. So in the application appearance, you can change their style, colors, icons, fonts, appearance, and emoticons, and that sort of thing. Notably, something I'd like to show you, and I mean, you can toy with all these as you wish. I like the workspace appearance feature. I think this is just the coolest thing since sliced bread, because when I was using my Pinguy OS, if I wanted to install a new theme or that sort of thing, I had to search on the internet. This actually gets it for you. And you can see here, I have the 4-man one that's running right now, and I actually just downloaded this using the application itself. Let me show you this. You just click on Get New Decorations, for instance. Okay, and it takes a moment to initialize, and while we're waiting on that to initialize, you also have options for changing your cursor theme, desktop theme, and your splash screen that shows the loading when everything is loading up on your system and that sort of thing. So, I mean, let's just grab one. Here's Helium. I'm just going to press install on this, and it just takes a moment to install. Once you see the uninstall button, you can close this, and then you will see you will have a new theme that is in your list here. There it is. Here's Helium. Let's go ahead and change over to that, and then click apply. And as you can see now, we've got a new window decoration. And so, I mean, this is really cool. You can just, easily go and, customize this to your liking, and you can change it, really make it yours. I would run KDE myself, but I like to run as lightweight as possible on my system because I have a single core computer. Would I recommend this distribution to beginners? Absolutely. This is a magnificent operating system to learn Linux on. Would I recommend this to people who have slower computers like I do with a single core? No, I wouldn't. I'd recommend sticking with maybe like Ubuntu or maybe even Puppy Linux if you have an older computer. But all in all, this is a really nice looking distribution, but it's great for the heavyweight computers that are out there. so I would definitely highly recommend it. Unfortunately, I was hoping to see KDE 4.8, but as I said, with an upgrade, it's possible that you'll get the new version once you install this on your system. If you thought this was useful, please comment and subscribe. Google+, Facebook, and Twitter will keep you up to date every time I upload a new video to my channel. I'd like to welcome all of my new subscribers. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down here. I'll try my best to answer them as quickly as possible, and if I do not know the answer, I'll try my best to point you in the right direction. I'd like to thank you all for watching. We're counting down to the 200th episode. I've got 8 more episodes to go. It's going to be a big one, and you guys are sure you definitely don't want to miss that one. That's for sure. All right, well, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.